out the ground. And he said, so be it on solid ground. On solid ground to stand. With all around us singing sad. You want to testify. Jesus, you want to testify and say, Jesus, you've been good to me. Oh, Jesus, you've been good to me. Well, you know that to come on and to yeah, come on and praise His name. Come on and praise.
National teachers, we want to encourage you. There are many things happening in the Midwest you can be part of. We were the National Teachers Workshop was last weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we want to encourage our teachers to think about how you can make that great event to learn how to be a better teacher for teaching things besides the program that involved in. Then, of course, after that, this past week was the National Lectureship in St. Louis, Missouri, and there were several preachers presenting this past week there. And then, of course, the funeral service yesterday in Cleveland. So be keeping all these things in your prayer and on your radar. Next week is the National Association for Celebrated Seniors, which is in Houston, Texas. prayerful for Ralph Smith, his continued health, and for that great ministry that we hosted, and maybe hosting it in another couple of years. So be prayerful for that event as well, that we can make an impact in the world that we're living in. Amen. We'll be finding the book of Philippians, and the chapter is number 1. Philippians chapter 1. Philippians chapter 1. As you prepare to look at this pericope of text, I invite you to look at somebody near you and ask them, do we win with you?
We win with you.
Do we win with you? In light of your respect for the Word of God, I invite you to stand for the reading of this text, How to Win the Battle. Hear what Paul writes here, beginning of verse 27. Don't forget that Philippians is a book about how to have joy. And it's written by the Apostle Paul, who's actually in prison, writing to people who are not in prison, trying to tell them how to have joy. Which tells you that joy is not based on your circumstance, not based on where you are, not based on how good things appear or don't appear. It is based on understanding, one, who you belong to and the purpose your life is focused on. If your life is focused on the right thing, it don't matter where you are. It don't matter what you have. It don't matter what folks think about you. But if it's not on the right thing, you'll find yourself frustrated when life doesn't give you what you think you deserve. Amen? So let's see what he talks about in his first chapter. You can look at it basically. I love one structure of the book that I think is wonderful. And that is you can look at the 4 chapters as addressing 4 different things that can steal your joy. In chapter 1, you can say troubles in life can steal your joy. He shows how to overcome the troubles. In chapter 2, he talks about how people can steal your joy. And he gives examples of people who did not allow their turmoil to steal their joy. In chapter 3, he talks about the things in life that can steal your joy. Your education, the stuff you have, your money, your car, your job, all the things you build your life on, how those things could steal your joy. In chapter 4, he shows how worry can steal your joy and gives you insight from each of those chapters of what approach you need to overcome the things that can steal your joy. Chapter 1, again, closed with the idea of how the circumstances or situations of life can steal your joy. And so here, he gives insight to how we function to encourage and support each other in the midst of the turmoil that life can actually bring. That being said, let's look at this text. Whatever happens, he says, he talks about in chapter 1, I'm locked up here. He said, I'm in chains. I am chained right now. I'm in prison. I've got chains on me. I'm going to be going to court soon, and they just might kill me. However, whatever happens, here's how you should act. Conduct yourself. It's key to understand that word conduct inside this text. Conduct yourself in a manner worthy, another key term found in Ephesians and Colossians 2, of the gospel of Christ. Then, if you do that, if you conduct yourself in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ, then, there's an if then when I come and see you, I'll only hear about you. In my absence, I will know that you stand firm. If you conduct yourself, there are some things I'm going to know about you. I'll know that you stand firm in the one Spirit. I'll know that you strive together as one for the faith of the gospel without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them. Your capacity to stand strong is a sign to people that don't know God. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed, but they will be saved. and backed by God. For it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ, not only to believe in him, but it's been granted or given to you to suffer. No! Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. To suffer for him, since you are going through the same struggle I had, and that I'm still going through right now. God bless you. Be seated. So, there's a problem. The problem is, well, let me help you. Because to understand what Paul is writing, you've got to understand sort of how they thought and functioned in that time in the idea of a society compared to maybe how we do or maybe how we don't. And so that being said, I want you to realize you got to ask the question, what moves you? What are you really committed to? What gets your damper up? A damper, I think, is a word for when you got a wood stove. A damper is what you adjust. And right there, you adjust the damper, which allows more air into the stove, which makes the fire go up.
Okay.
So when I ask you to get your damper up, what heats up your fire? It may be hard to understand this because many of us have never dealt with the possibility of losing your citizenship. In America, if you're born a citizen, I mean, you're a citizen for life. And as a matter of fact, if you're not born here and get a citizenship, once you get it, you got it. But they lived in a society that wasn't quite that simplistic in its concept. And so for them, many of us are not passionate about much. A lot of us are not moved by a whole lot of things outside of stuff that directly helps you. I ain't saying you ain't moved. I'm saying there's something wrong when you only move by stuff that you think directly affects your own life and your own world. What is it that's so important? It gets you moving when it's not about you having some extra money in your pocket. Ooh. Is it Black Lives Matter? Because of the depth we see in the culture that we live in, it appears that the concept is based on the idea that when you see black people dying, like it don't mean nothing. Does that move you to the point you're willing to get involved and engaged to address the concerns of a society that sometimes gives the impression that if you're shot for no apparent reason, you just got shot? Is it crime? The crime in our city is going so rampant. Does the crime bother you enough to make you get off your sofa and say something about it? Maybe it's politics. Oh, our president is crazy. Okay, is that what get you out your seat and move you into action? Is it the shooting of children inside the schools that will get you fired up? Is it social injustice that we have that's going to concern you?